So today we are going to learn about social control. Social control is the sum of all those methods by which society tries to influence human behavior to maintain social order. To maintain social order, the methods that are given by society to influence human behavior, to control human behavior is called as social control. Also, social control is use of social pressure by parents. The use of social pressure given by parents, police, or other authority figures, such as teachers or supervisors or higher officials that are working above you in society that influences your action, beliefs, movements of individual. Like parents, police, authority figures. What they will do, they will put social pressure on you so that you act in a certain way, certain beliefs, you have certain beliefs and certain movements of individual. That is called as social control. Then, what are the means of social control or types of social control? Social control are categorized into two categories, which is formal and informal. The first one is formal means of social control, informal means of social control. Social control is done by informal means such as parent, teachers, and organizations that are non-formal in nature. For example, beliefs. Beliefs in religion control behavior to great extent. So the belief that is put upon us by our religion derives or dictates what kind of behavior we will have. Then social suggestions. So we suggest the younger generations like ideas giving examples such as about great men, celebration of anniversaries and great people. So by giving younger generations about examples of the past, of the history of great men or celebration of great anniversaries of great people, to remember them and to remember their ideas, we give these social suggestions with that ideologies. So the communication of ideologies is like Gandhianism, then capitalism, communism, by which social behavior individual is also controlled. So social behavior of individual is also controlled by ideologies of governments and people as well. For Gandhiism, the ideology was non-violence. For capitalism, profit or money is the most important thing. Environment will not be considered at all. People's will not be considered at all. Then communism. Communism means all people in societies are equal. Communism can be seen once in Russia in history. Capitalism can be seen in America and Gandhiism in India. Then customs, we have already talked about customs. Folk is our parents or our elders, the things that we teach, informal suggestions that are given to us, mores, norms, and religion. These are all the forms of informal social control. With that, art and literature. So, a purposeful classical dance as art and religion, epics like Bible and Ramayana. So, this Ramayana is Mahakavya, is big poem, you can say in English. So, Mahakavya or Bible is a art and literature. Through it is social control is perpetuated. The ideas of in Mahabharata you can see the ideas of Sri Krishna. He is teaching to uh, his mentee Arjun. So the ideas that are taught to him, we also understand that and try to be and behave like the ideas that were taught. So that is the example. Then literature through readings and things that we have of different cultures, we understand from this how we can be, how can we can behave, what our beliefs could be, what our ideas could be, what we can do, what we can't do. So that is another means of social control. Then humor and satire through comedy and also through satirical comedy like cartoons and comics, we teach through humor of indirect criticisms of harmful activities. So the people who are doing harmful activities, through satires and dark humor, we teach people that this is unacceptable. Then public opinion. What will the people of, what will four people think? In India you can say what four people think. चार लोग क्या कहेंगे? So that is what we talk about public opinion. What will be the public opinion of the, what will be the public opinion? The fear of that will help people to control others' behavior in the social situation. Then you can see formal means of social control like law, education, and coercion by force. For example, if somebody um breaks any rule or any law, The law has legally authorized bodies like police and judiciary to punish the person. So that is formal means of social control. Then education. Education prepares child for social living by removing wrong attitudes. So education teaches people by removing wrong attitudes and giving them right attitude. With that, they also learn discipline, honesty, and what is right or wrong. So that is what we do through education and law. Then coercion by force. So physical coercion like imprisonment or death penalty through law, and non-violent coercions like strike, boycott, or non-cooperation between individuals and group are means are also social control as well. So, for example, if we take if somebody, some person commits a crime of you say like theft, so he or she will or they will be punished. Death penalty for different kinds of terrorism acts. Then non-violent coercions like strike, boycott, like Mahatma Gandhi, who did boycott on foreign uh, products in India back in his time. Then with that another social non-cooperation movement also Mahatma Gandhi only did in India. So that was the forms of social control in India. Then what is the social role of social control in society or need of social control? What is the role or what is the need of social control in our Indian society? What is important? To maintain the old order. So the ideas that are taught to the younger generation are given to them by their parents. So the parents, the order that they were following, the behavior that was acceptable to them, so they teach their children, right? Even today you can see marriages are settled by the elders of the family and they influence the behavior of the members of the family as well. So to maintain the old order, social control is important. Then to establish social unity. So without social control, there is no social unity, because if social control is not there and people are doing as much as they want, there will be no people together because everyone has different kinds of thinking. So there will be no unity among people. So when there is an idea that we are all Indians, that is will bring us together. Then the families and societies are united because social control regulates behavior through established norms. So the families and the societies in the society are united together. Like the people of Maharashtra living together, they will be called that they are Maharashtrian, so that they will be united as Maharashtrian. But when it comes to whole India, all state will come together as Indian as well. So that's why we say that firstly Indian and lastly Indian as well. So to regulate or control individual behavior. So what see the no two persons are alike, or even children. Twins are also have separate kind of temperaments among them, right? So the same parents will have to teach both the children into different ways. Suppose if an individual is left free to behave in society as they want to, what will it become? It will become a jungle. So social control protects social interest by regulating individual behavior. That is why it is important. To provide social sanction, for social control provides social sanctions such as custom, folkways, mores, taboos. All those things are provided by social control. Then to check cultural maladjustment. So the society is subject to change. Okay, the problems that were present in the society in 1960s were different, and the problems that are present in present moment are different. So those problems cannot be solved by old thinking, right? So we have to change. Like we have to also teach people that visiting bars, nights, clubs is slave of passion. We have to make them develop some habits that are right for them and not bad for them. Like visiting bars and nightclubs is some way good, but mostly it is for drinking alcohol, and no amount of alcohol is good for any person. So this is also we have to control. So we have to check cultural maladjustment as well. Things will change, we have to just adjust to it in a different way. Then, social change. Social change is a term used to describe variations of any aspect of social progress. Social term is used. Social change is used to describe variation of any aspects of social progress, social pattern, or organization. So the change or variations in these kind of things, such as social process, social patterns, or social interaction, or social organization, is called as social change. Social change is change in relationship as well. Now, how is the nature of social change? Right? Let's see that. So, only such changes are designated as social change that affect the bulk of the community. Minor alterations in social society do not consider as social change. So, when the change in society happens at a bulk of a community, it is called social change. Minor alterations in social life is not social change. Social change is universal process. It will happen. It is supposed to happen and it will continue to happen. Nobody can stop it. It is found in all societies, all stages of social evolution. Social change is present. Then social change does not always depend on willingness of society and its members. So always social change does not depend on the willingness of society. It will not ask the society if they want to change or not. It will automatically change the society. Then social speed of social change differs from society to society because some society like tribals or rural society change at a slower rate than industrial or modern societies. Social change has both qualitative and quantitative aspects. For example, some values are changed in single family. It is qualitative change because the ideas are changed. But these same ideas, if changed at a lot of people or a lot of households, then it is called as quantitative social change. So social change is both qualitative and quantitative. Then change is not synonymous with development. Exactly. So change and development is not same thing. Change might happen but development might not, right? But development is change, so both are different things. So change may or may not lead to development, but development will definitely lead to change. Then most of social change that took place in earlier years was unplanned and undirected. So the change place that took place in earlier years, like independence and all that, they were unplanned and undirected because things happened and we had to change. But now the changes are being directed and planned because we have to do sustainable development. This is why it is changed. Then social change is a result of usually both integral endogenous factors. The community itself recognized need to change. So social change are of two types: internal change and external change. So internal means the society themselves feels the need to change, so they change. That is internal. External means the society does not have any relation with the change, but the other societies are changing, so that's why we also have to change. Is called external change. For example, industrialization, land reforms, and urbanization. So that is nature of social change. Then what are dimensions of social change? Structural dimensions. Change in structural dimensions refers to structural forms of society. So when the structural forms of society, such as roles, change in roles, emergence in new roles, change in class and caste system, changes in social institutions such as family, government, school, education system, some changes in structure of rural family, village council or panchayats take place. So when the structure changes in roles or emergence of new roles or structures are changed, it is structural dimension of social change. The cultural dimension of social changes, changes in cultural dimension refers to change that takes place in the culture of society. So when the culture of society changes, such as through discovery, invention of new technology, contact with other cultures, involving diffusion and cultural borrowing, we are taking culture from different kinds of things, or we are taking the technology. So these involves new elements into replacements into older forms. So the older forms that we have will be changed into new forms of culture that we are learning. But that does not mean that new forms will stay only. They might be rejected or maybe modified in a different way. Then another form of international dimension is interrelation dimension of social change. Refers to changes in social relationships in society. So therefore, when there is interactional dimension in social change, this revolves around social relationship, which has five dimensions: frequency, social distance, instrumentality, which means purpose or function of social interaction, why we are interacting, social distance and frequency, and directionality, flow of influence from upper to higher or lower to higher, upper to higher or higher to lower. So information within social relationship. Then interactive form constitute a schematic arrangement of specific dimension. So how we are going to interact with people. So these things are interactional dimensional. So now we will study factors of social change. What are the factors that causes social change? So social change is an historical process based on various factors of environments and human to create conditions for better survival. So, social change is a historical process and which is based on environmental factors as well as human factors to create conditions for better survival for human beings as well as for environment. So, major factors for involving the social change are the physical environment. Physical environment is also called as geographical factors, such as all the natural environment, namely climate, weather, earth surface, water, season forms, and earthquakes. Physical environments are geographical factors which are independent of human existence and does not have anything to deal with human existence, and they are naturally forming, and this natural forming affects the social change as well. Floods, earthquake, drought, famine, storms, change in seasons have significant effect on social relationships. See, the floods and earthquake that causes the disturbance of social relationships among people. If people are living in a city and there is earthquake, some people might die, some people might lose their houses, some people might have their houses. So this will affect the dynamics of relationship between that city of people. That is why it is called physical environment that causes social change. And also it causes people to migrate from one place to another place because that place becomes unlivable. Then cultural factors. The main cause of social change is cultural factor. So culture factor is most main cause for social change. Now change in culture is accompanied by social change. So change in culture works with the social change togetherly. Culture gives speed and direction to social change. So with culture, social change occurs. Without culture, it cannot happen. So it gives speed and culture. So if a culture has speed and fast direction in changing, it will also change the social change in that manner as well. Now, population factors. So even changes in quality of population have effect in social organization as well as custom traditions, institution and associations. So how Polish population changes the social change? Decrease or increase in population has immediate effect upon economic institutions. So if there is more population, the economic institution, the burden will increase on them. If there is decrease in population, economic institution, the burden will be lessened, right? So when the population will increase, the value of the money will decrease because amount of money will increase. And when the population will increase, sorry, the population will increase, the economic institution burden also increases, so the production of money increases, so value of money decreases. And when the population decrease, the economic institutions burden will decrease, the printing of money will decrease, and the value of money will increase. Then the ratio of money to men, it will affect the marriage, family, conditions of women in society also affect. If so women are less, so the atrocities happen in women will increase because they are less in number. Also, if the ratio of men to women are there in Maharashtra, if you can see, there are 1,000 men to 987 some women. So there is this 13 people, 13 men who do not have women to marry them. So this is how it will affect marriage and family, which will might also cause dowry, intercaste marriages, and different kinds of things. So I totally support the intercaste marriage. There is no doubt in that. But yes, this will affect, this will cause intercaste marriage as well. So this is how social change will also occur. In same way, birth and death rate also influence the social change with that psychological factors. So the cause of social change is psychology of human himself. So if a man or a human, if a human psychology changes, social change occur. Without it, it cannot occur. So man by nature is a lover of change. So man naturally likes change, likes novelty, likes different kinds of things. Otherwise, we could not have discovered new things in our sphere of life, because this tendency of mores, tradition and customs of various society are perpetually undergoing change. So the mores, traditions, customs, taboos are changing constantly, they are changing. This does not mean man always consider the new to superior old. So this does not mean that the human considers the old is inferior to the new superior. It does not happen. Some things are really important and will stay. But the human always attending what is new and unique, will always like what is new and unique, but also want to preserve the old. Like if you can see in culture, people want to explore another culture, but also they want to preserve their own culture, which they do through literature, art, and dance forms and different kinds of things. So change is the law of nature, right? Change cannot stop. Change will happen. We cannot stop change. Okay, but we can adapt to that change. When when change do not occur at the appropriate time, revolution takes place, wars are fought, epidemics spread, changes are violently introduced. So when the changes that should be happening is not happening, the revolution will take place, wars will fought, epidemic will spread, and different kinds of things will happen. Now biological factors. So biological factors do have some indirect influence, right? So biological factor like hereditary and evolution affects the qualitative aspect of population. Now the qualitative aspect of population depend basically upon the powerful and great men. Okay, so whatever the quality ideas of the population, most of the population will be based on the powerful and great men that is in that time, and their birth is dependent largely on heredity and mutation. Then technological factors. Now technology like development of a country, development of a city depends upon the electric steam system, petrol driven machines, means of transport, communication, and various information and technological factors. So the more the technology, the more the development, the more the social change. So the technological factors also affect how social change occurs in life. Even institutions like marriage and have not remain immune to effect of this development. So urban cities have better systems of working, better technology. That is why family and marriage are also affected because of this social change. Then other factors such as, in addition to above, other factors such as any factor, the appearance of new opinions and thought, changes in attitudes to a dowry, caste system, female education have resulted in widespread of social variation modification. And this is how the evolution of new thinking is taking place. So see, other factors is the most important factor is culture. But with that also, the social change is appearance of new thoughts and culture as well in in the human themselves. So changing attitude toward dowry, caste, and female education have also resulted in social variations on modification and new ways of thinking. So these things are also happening. So today we have did this. Next lecture we will see another topic. Thank you.